For sure. Oh, I don't have. What do you mean? I don't have that. Can you go without it? I thought it was just that. Yes, we're ready.
Okay. All right, call to order the regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners, November 18th. And do a roll call, please.
Commissioner Ernst,
Here.
Commissioner Engel,
Here.
Commissioner Rollins,
Here.
Commissioner Vogelsang,
Here.
Commissioner Wright.
Here. Any changes to the agenda? Nope. Okay, we'll open with public requests. Whoever has a public request can go to the podium, state your name and your address, and you have 3 minutes. Nope, no public requests. Oh, there we go.
Not so quick. Am I on? Yeah, I guess I am. Okay, good. I haven't spoken before the commission for a while, but however, I think it's important that I mention that the
Oh.
Petrie Park.
Raul, I need you to state your name and your address,
Oh, thank
please.
you. Okay, I'm sorry. Raul Travieso, 1037 West Royal Palm Road in Boca. And I haven't spoken for a while, I guess. Now I have spoken for a while, but anyway, I want to mention that the Petrie Pickleball Center will be the flagship for the facilities, for any facilities in Florida. I thank the commission because of their forward thinking, because of the sport has grown so exponentially, and there's no stop to it. You know, there's more and more people playing pickleball, and it's going to be hard to keep up with the demand. I think that someday we'll see pickleball courts at every public park within the state and actually the country. On behalf of the city pickleball players, I want to thank the commission for your again, for your support. Always you're with us 100%. And the covered courts of Petrie Park are going to be just absolutely awesome. And so I want to thank you for that. And that's really what I wanted to say. I think I need to say a couple of kudos to Melissa, Brianne, and Joanne for their steadfast project on this. You know, they really did an awesome job, and I just can't say too much for what they've done for us. Here's the other thing I want to talk about, and that's, you know, this sport has become not only an old person's sport, which it was in 1965, where it began in Oregon, but now it's really transformed into a youth program. And so I want to announce that starting December 8th at Sugar Sand Park indoors, we're going to have a youth program that starts at 2 o'clock and lasts till 5 o'clock. Now, there's some basketball players that aren't really happy with that, but I think that we are awesomely thankful that the city has decided, and with your support, that we're going to have youth pickleball on Sundays at Sugar Sand Park. Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Greetings, everybody. Tom Thayer, 4821 North Dixie Highway in beautiful downtown Boca Raton. And first of all, I'd like to congratulate Craig and his almost perfect attendance at our Federation of Homeowners meetings, normally on the first Tuesday. This month, it wasn't the first Tuesday. We had some little election, I think. So it was a week ago, I guess. So anyway, you're all welcome. We'll be back on the normal schedule in December. We've got a board meeting tomorrow morning, and if you see me in the afternoon, I'll know what the program is, but right now, I don't know. But one other little commercial message, if I may. We're getting into the season. I think some of the discussion on the agenda is getting into the season with the street parades and whatnot. Anyway, in 2 days, we get a big truckload of beautiful trees, Christmas trees from North Carolina. And they'll be back. This is the Boca Raton Kiwanis Club. And we'll be back in our pretty much usual place for the last 10 years or so at what used to be the Kmart Garden Shop on Palmetto Park Road, just east of I-95. So you can't miss our big tent. We got a big, beautiful new tent this year. And stop by and see us. So that's it. We'll, like I said, we get the trees on the 20th. They'll all be available on the 21st, if not on the 20th. So that's it. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Anybody else have any other public comments tonight? Nope. Okay. We will close public requests and we'll do approval of the minutes of the previous board meeting held on November 4th.
Move to approve.
Second.
Commissioner Ernst,
Yes.
Commissioner Engel,
Yes.
Commissioner Rollins,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogelsang,
Yes.
Commissioner Wright.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, moving on to regular business. First item is the city centennial partnership discussion.
Commissioners, I'm going to turn this over to Anne Marie Connolly and Amy DeNorcio from the city of Boca Raton to talk about the city centennial, which is the 100th year of Boca Raton coming up next year.
We're just going to use this mic here and switch back and forth. All right. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Anne Marie Connolly, 201 West Palmetto Park Road. Thank you all for having us here this evening. I'm the Communications and Marketing Manager for the City of Boca Raton.
I'm Amy DeNorcio. I am the Amphitheater and Community Events Manager for the city.
And as Brianne mentioned, we're here to discuss the upcoming Boca Raton Centennial that will begin January 2025. So just a little bit of history. So on May 26, 1925, the town of Boca Raton was incorporated. And as we started to approach our centennial year and some discussions, City Council had tasked staff to plan and execute a big and bold celebration for the entire community. And here we are today. So not sure if you all are familiar, but we went ahead and revealed our brand mark a few months ago. And this represents the essence and energy of Boca's 100 years. The Boca Raton pink represents our history. The golden sun yellow represents our sunny South Florida location. The ocean blue represents our coastal community, and the green represents our parks and green spaces. And obviously the 100 represents the connectedness of our community and all the initiatives that we're really trying to push forward to get the community excited and involved around this big milestone. And as we like to say, once January 2025 comes around, we are going to paint the town centennial. So we're going to be utilizing our street pole banners, selling merchandise, tapping on our community partners and businesses within the city to get involved and showcase the centennial. You might even see a major transportation mobility initiative coming forward with a wrap that is going to showcase the centennial as well. So we're really excited to paint the town centennial. We do have a variety of projects that we're working on as well. One is our website, which is boca100.com, that we're going to be launching in January. This will be the hub of information for everything Centennial, from storytelling to events, community events, projects and initiatives. It'll have a Boca 100 boutique where we have some really fun merchandise that we'll be selling to the community as well. And then we have a variety of public art installations, both temporary and, oh my gosh, sorry, I have mom brain. I just had a baby a couple of months ago, so this is my first presentation in some time. So both permanent and temporary, and a bunch of other initiatives that we're working with partnering in the community, one of which Amy is going to speak to right now.
So there'll be some different threads throughout the year. So the centennial will be celebrated throughout 2025. There'll be projects and initiatives that take place throughout the year. One of them is storytelling project that we're really excited that we've kind of finally gotten underway. We're working with Lynn University, and possibly FAU may end up being involved too. They have a studio. We started with the first speakers, Dr. and Mrs. Ross, and we're bringing people in who have stories to tell, things that we think are good to have recorded for posterity. So if there's anybody that you think like might be good for us to add to that list, we're bringing them in the studio. It's very professional. That we spent about 45 minutes. They were interviewed on camera and on audio, obviously, but it'll be condensed down to like a 10 to 15-minute interview, and then that'll be housed on the Boca 100 website. So we'll have like an area that has a lot of those really good storytelling projects. We'll also have some that are kind of man on the street and capturing the time like throughout 2025 too. We'll have like a different part of the storytelling. Ode to Boca. So you may or may not have seen this yet. This launched pre-2025 because we're starting to get a lot of these in. We partnered with Oh Miami, an organization that's been around for about 15 years in Miami. They're really well known and very well respected. They are a poetry organization. It's a nonprofit. And how we tied into them, they have something that they use called the Zip Ode. We have rebranded it. We've partnered with them. We've rebranded it called Ode to Boca. And you can see you take your zip code, and it can also be Beach and Park District residents. It's not just city. For anybody who loves Boca Raton, people who visit, people who are work in Boca, you take the zip code of your home or your hotel where you're visiting or your business, and you write a poem. 3 words, 4 words, 8 words, 7 words in this example. And it's about your thoughts about Boca. And we've already gotten, we already have close to 1,000 of them. And we've actually have an initiative. We successfully met with Palm Beach County School District, and they are implementing these Odes to Boca in the Boca schools. So K through 12, every kid will see that. We've also met with the private schools as well, charter schools. And so this is the reason is that it gives people like a way to participate, to kind of reflect and, honestly think about remember what we love about the city. But it's also just really like, it's some great information for us to all hear and see, like how many people say park, how many people say turtle, how many people say traffic, so it's interesting. Like there's some very interesting things that come out of it. So from that, you may pen an ode. We have a website now, odetoboca.com, and you can do as many as you'd like, but it may show up in an unexpected place because this will be part of the public art as well. So throughout the year, it may be simple like a pole banner, or in another form of art, in a digital art display, like on the bottom center there. But we also have at one of our main centennial celebrations in May of 2025, 100 poets who penned an Ode to Boca will be selected and curated and invited to read their poem at an event at the end of May during the centennial celebration. So there are a lot of cool things that could come out of that as well. Events. So we have obviously events will be a big component of the centennial celebration. beginning in January, January 25th, we have a new event called Boca Street Fest. It is a downtown Boca. It'll be, this year it'll be in the Meissner Amphitheater and throughout Meissner Park. Future years, we plan to move it to East Palmetto Park Road. But this is the big kickoff for the Centennial. And so we hope that everybody joins us there. And I'm sorry, I need to cheat. Oh, so we also have, one of these dates is incorrect. We have, we're doing a Centennial Cup golf tournament. We have on there February 22nd. That will be changing. That's not going to be the final date. The actual Centennial celebration weekend, so the Centennial is on May 26th, 2025. That lands on Memorial Day. So we're not obviously celebrating on Memorial Day. So because it's a long weekend, Saturday and Sunday of that week, we're doing a big concert in the Meissner Park Amphitheater on Saturday, and then a drone show and fireworks. And those odes to Boca will be read on Sunday, the 25th at BRIC, the Boca Raton Innovation Campus. And, oh, sorry, the year will start off with, we have a public art. It'll be a permanent art display, a sculpture that will be unveiled in Sanborn Square. And it is inspired by a historical sign that was in the city. It's like an Art Deco light up sign. It may ring a bell when I say this, but it says Boca Raton, and it lights up. So it's inspired by that, but it will be in Sanborn Square across from the Historical Society. And we're unveiling that the first week of January. So that's how the beginning of the year will kind of look.
And then we do also have our annual holiday street parade, which will be Centennial themed. So like we've been saying, we definitely want this to be a community-wide, citywide, year-long event. So we're incentivizing and encouraging all of the businesses, organizations, nonprofits to engage with the Centennial in any way that is unique and beneficial to them. So we do have a variety of ideas and opportunities. So we have a few restaurants that are going to be dedicating a Centennial cocktail on their menu for the year. We have hotels that are going to be giving a percentage off during the Centennial weekend or within that year to incentivize people to come and celebrate and learn about Boca within its Centennial year. There are some businesses that are encouraging odes to Boca, and for that, they'll provide a percentage off of their product or service. So there's a variety of ways that, small local businesses, organizations, and nonprofits can get involved. We do also have different the Ode to Boca banner, and I believe we spoke to Brianne, and we've handed that out to all of the community centers to display within the lobbies to incentivize people to get involved. We also have these are just additional ideas that we have for people to get involved with the Centennial. We also have sponsorship and partnership packages. So there are some different opportunities available for organizations and businesses within the city. We have our sponsorship levels, which are from $500 to $20,000. And then our partnerships are all the way up to, I believe, 100,000 or 250, I believe. And we also have title sponsor opportunities. And we have opportunities for volunteers as well. But as we say to all of our, organizations and everybody that's getting involved, however you see fit and whatever is beneficial to the organization, we encourage that. So some businesses are just interested in getting involved monetarily. Some partners and sponsorship opportunities are for trade-off or in-kind donations. So we want to make this unique to each individual organization so that it is unique to you all, but also makes sense in the grand scheme of things. And I believe, and that's us. If you have any questions, but we'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you all may have for us now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anybody have any questions? Susie?
I do have some ideas for some one particular long-time Boca resident who's probably in her mid-90s, but her family was very instrumental in developing a lot of Boca. So if you would,
Yeah, definitely. Our contact information's on the slide. So if you wanted to shoot us an email and how to
Sure.
contact her, that would be greatly appreciated.
First of all, Anne Marie, congratulations on your new
Thank
addition.
you.
Eventually you will get a full night's sleep. It
Yeah,
happens.
right.
I think this is a great idea, and I think it'd be a great idea for us to partner with you guys. And just speaking for myself, what I would like to see, the way that partnership is set up is something that's customized to us, because there are certain aspects of the packages that you have that really aren't applicable to the Beach and Park District. But yeah, I'm all for it.
And we're more than happy and willing to customize those. Those are kind of like the baseline benefits of what we want to offer everybody. But if it doesn't make sense, or if it's something that you don't want to participate in, or there are other ideas for that benefits piece, we're more than willing to accommodate that.
Thanks.
Greg?
Are you doing anything related involving the parks at all?
So we have a couple ideas that we're working out with our Recreation Services Department, and we actually met with Brianne not too long ago on some ideas. I know one was a pretty simple one. We were talking about doing that Kindness Rocks initiative, where we were putting the Ode to Bocas. We would have it as a program where you could pick up a rock and a little paint set. The city actually did it, I believe it was in February, and you could take it home, put your Ode to Boca on the rock, and then drop it in any park for people to see or find, or, place in different parks. We also have a lot of like social media and digital related campaigns that we're looking to do about the history of our parks, and really having people rediscover, all of our beautiful spaces that we have within the city. But as we continue, and I don't know if there's, yeah.
And what we were really kind of have in mind for you all, like, we're open to any suggestions, like you all, like, if whatever you think might work out well, we're open to helping implement that as well. So we have a lot of little different things going around, but whatever you think, we're open to it.
Okay.
So.
No, I'll pass something to Brianne. I think Ann Arbor did something for I think it was 150 or 200 anniversary, and it was a competition. And they basically had, like us, they have a lot of parks, and the competition was to go take your picture at every park and then have a scoreboard of who got that. And it was really kind of community driven, and it took off, so it's something no cost. You just have a picture board somewhere, maybe at Sugar Sand, but it needs some advertising to really build it. I
Yeah,
think
no,
maybe,
that's a great idea. Yeah, we're actually looking to do a scavenger hunt, if you will. That's on Instagram of all the different historical places within the city. So we can definitely incorporate the parks in that aspect.
And another one from our initial conversation with Brianne was definitely thinking about something to do at North Park that might incorporate kind of like a long-term public art project tied into the Centennial, and because, that's a park that's being built out. So it kind of makes sense for like the future, because this is the celebration of the past, the present, and the future. So, whatever those look like, we're open.
yeah. So that said, I guess I'm very supportive of any of these things. Even more so, if you could tie it into, we're not making a donation, we're really contributing to an engaging experience to help, fund something specifically to tie the parks, because we are, what is it, a city within a park, or, that theme, I think, is very important.
Bob, did you have anything?
No, I agree with Craig along the lines of incorporating, parks into that activity. And I hadn't been here since '77 and seen the growth in the parks and the usage of the parks. It's a very integral part of our history. And going back to one of the earliest parks, Meadows and Woodlands are two of my favorite parks in the city. And something like a scavenger hunt or the photo contest that Craig was talking about would certainly be interesting to, facilitate the knowledge of our parks to those who are newcomers and who don't know the facilities, and to help in the celebration of the city's centennial.
Okay.
And so just quickly to that point too, if there's somebody who was instrumental in some of the earlier parks or the projects, those voices, let us know about some of those people, because those are the things we want to get documented.
He's right there.
Okay, okay. So yes, then we would like to talk to you about recording. And this is why, this is why we're going out, this is why we're here, to give this, to help you all like start thinking about some ideas. So that's why we're taking that, we're going out of the community, and hopefully we've given you some food for thought and some opportunities to tie in and things that make sense.
Just, and like more possible, like active activities too, would be like maybe like a Centennial 5K at like Spanish River at A1A, because that run is not done anymore in December, and it was such a great run. Or like a Centennial pickleball tournament or something like that.
But, we're doing this for the 4th of July now. So, we have both of those, the pickleball and the 5K. So, those will be taking place for the 4th of July for sure. Still,
Okay, so rebranded as like
but
the
that's it.
Centennial 5K.
So, everything going on throughout the year will end up having kind of like a Centennial theme to it, or tie into the Centennial. But as far as the main events, we already have like the biggest events planned out. But so like maybe like other, smaller things that we can add in.
Okay. Okay, did we want to discuss specific sponsorship?
Wait, I was just gonna ask for some direction, like if we talk to the city staff about what we'd want to incorporate in the partnership. I just wanted some sort of baseline number.
Anybody have any ideas?
Well, I think, look, I'm all about doing it grand, so it will be a nice big number, but it would be nice to kind of think about a plan of how we'd spend it, or how they would, do something unique, and then we can kind of gauge it from there. So if you give us a little bit of time to think about a plan, what we'd like to see, and how we engage, build something out for the parks that we can use, whether you're even doing a mural or something, tying it in. There's a lot of things that could be done if we just think it through. And then to me, I could more justify it, even a bigger donation for that. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, Craig, and I agree with you. Give us some time to put some thoughts together about what activities we'd like to brand, and support financially. I don't have any problem in, making a donation that significant, that gets people into our parks and makes them aware of what we have available to the community.
Okay, so Brianne says she could get something together for the next meeting, so.
If you guys have availability to meet in the next couple weeks, great.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to regular business number 2, multi-park ball field addition design proposal.
Commissioners, at our July board meeting on July 1st, we heard from Boca Raton Little League that there were some inadequate facilities at our parks. So we've been working with them. Melissa Dawson's been working with them. We have our consultant on this. And so we tonight have a design proposal to fill a lot of those needs at our parks. So we're looking tonight for approval of this additional services agreement with Spark Design as presented, so we can get to work on getting these things designed and built at the parks.
Does anybody have any questions on this? Or comments?
I comment
Sue?
on, I think it's a wonderful plan, and it meets the needs of what was brought to our attention by the representative of Boca Little League. And I'm in favor of moving forward with the proposal from Spark Design.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the Spark Design proposal for the baseball.
Second.
Okay, any further comments?
No, as long as the Little League is satisfied with it, we want to make sure it's what they want. Okay, we got a thumbs up. Okay.
Okay.
All right, is a roll call?
Commissioner Ernst,
Yes.
Commissioner Engel,
Yes.
Commissioner Rollins,
Yes,
Commissioner Vogelsang,
Yes.
Commissioner Wright.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, moving on to number 3, North Park tree trimming proposal.
Commissioners, on page 24 of your agenda packets is an overview. We have about 10 very large trees. I tried to put some photos in your packets. And then we have also a ficus hedge that's very large, and it's outside of the scope that we currently have out there. So we got 3 bids because this is over our 5,000 threshold in our enabling legislation. So tonight we just need direction to move forward. Boca Tree Service was the lowest at 13,350. Southern Arbor was the next at 13,700. And then we have Zimmerman Tree Service and Yellowstone, which were 15,485 and then 29,452. Just need some direction on which one you'd like to move forward with.
Question.
Yes.
Do you have referrals from all these people? Because I have used Zimmerman. They did an excellent job, but they were pricey.
Yeah, we actually did get a very good referral for Southern Arbor Services at 13,700.
Will they, will all of them have an arborist on board or?
Yeah, they're trimming them, pruning them, shaping them, and we will make sure that it meets the, I don't want to use the phrase that you use for me, but because I don't want to offend any cat people, but we'll make sure that we
Can throw a cat through the tree?
okay, yes. Yes.
Okay.
Brianne,
Yes,
Brianne, you
sir.
mentioned that you got a referral, a good one on Southern Arbor. And the same goes for Boca Tree Service that you're recommending?
I'm good with any of them. They all are going to do the job, and they'll all meet the needs of what we're looking to get done.
Okay. In your conversations with folks, did you have you mentioned you recommended Boca Tree Service. They're comparable with Southern Arbor. Was there some reason you made that recommendation other than just there being a low bid?
Boca Tree Service will do the work, and they're the lowest. They were the lowest bid, and that's why I recommended that. I only got one call recommending Southern Arbor Services. Nobody else called me about it, but Boca Tree Service can do the work as well. And
Okay.
again, we'll follow Craig's guidelines.
An
Yeah.
arborist recommendation.
Yes.
Okay, do we have a,
Madam
I
Chair,
move-
I'd move that we accept the offer of the bid from Boca Tree Service at $13,350 to do the tree trimming contract at North Park.
Second.
go ahead.
Okay, roll call. Commissioner Ernst,
Yes.
Commissioner Engel,
Yes.
Commissioner Rollins,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogelsang,
Yes.
Commissioner Wright.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, moving on to number 4, Patrick Park facility usage discussion.
Commissioners, starting on page 27 of your agenda packet is a brief memo about the background. In 2022, we put out an RFP. That RFP was awarded to the YMCA to operate Patrick Park Community Center. They have been operating at the community center, running their summer camp programs and a few other activities throughout the last 2 years. That contract has expired, and so we need some direction tonight as far as how we want to move forward. There was a number of things at that time that drove this decision, and I kind of listed that in the memo. The city does have an interest in taking the facility back over starting next fiscal year. So I just need direction on how you all would like to proceed.
Any questions or comments on this?
Brianne, you had an excellent suggestion to renew the YMCA until the city can get
For the
everything in
summer.
order.
We can renew their agreement so that they can have their summer camp this summer, and then the city could take over operations in October of 2025 if we wanted to go that route. Is that right? Days are running together. Yes, yes.
So when you're referring to the next fiscal year, you're talking about fiscal year 2025, 26.
Correct.
Okay.
In the meantime, I would like to see more reports about what is happening over at that community center. It's just interesting when we see what you put together in your letter and see what the needs are.
You got to go to you have to go to the microphone, but I don't know if it's public you want, it's up to you.
I think is everybody okay with opening it up? Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I want to make sure I do this right. I'm Brian Hunt, Executive Director of the Peterborough Family YMCA 6631 Palmetto Circle South. Commissioners, I want to thank you guys so much for selecting the YMCA as a collaborative partner in using Patrick Park. And I want to give a special shout out to Brianne. She's been an instrumental connection with us and making sure that the program is successful, as well as Melissa. We try not to be a burden on needing any help or usage at the facility, but they both do a great job. But I did invite 3 of our parents from the program, if they have a second, to just talk about their experience at Patrick Park under the YMCA programming, if that's allowed.
Is everything, are you okay with that? Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
All right.
3 minutes.
Sure.
We have Kiss, we have Javier, and we have Michael. Come on up.
You guys will need to put your name and address on the record and you'll have 3 minutes.
Hello there, Javier. I live in Boca Raton. Both of my kids attended for the last 2 years.
Well, sorry to interrupt you, but we do need your full name.
Oh,
and your address.
Javier
Yeah,
Arbalez, and my address 9816 Majorca Place,
Thank you.
kind of West Boca. Really enjoy the YMCA. We got introduced to Patch Reef is how we got in. And I got to tell you, YMCA is really, really popular. First of all, for kids, it's a great environment. Second of all, the price is right for summer. It is really expensive in Boca Raton to, any other places. The price is right. They really make it affordable. So both of my kids have gone. They enjoy Patch Reef, not only for the sports. I mean, they have a nice splash pad. The teachers or the counselors do a really, really great job. Like I try to pick up my kids and like, can we stay longer? So whatever they're doing a really good job there. I actually prefer them to be at Patch Reef than even at the YMCA itself. It's just more convenient and again, the kids really enjoy it. Other than that, I mean, I would love for it to be renewed. It would be great for me and my kids. It fills up really, really quickly. So you have to know that the YMCA is coming out with a summer program and you gotta rush there just because it's that popular and many families want to be part of it. So I would love for Patch Reef to be around for at least another year or 2 years or for however long. So for us, it makes sense. And again, my kids really, really enjoy it. So that's all I have to say in regards to that. And because of that, we became full members of the YMCA and my kids are involved in all the sports. It's a really great environment for them. So that I don't need the whole 3 minutes.
Thank
Hope
you.
That was good enough. I mean,
Thank you. Okay. Absolutely.
I promise I won't let him to talk. He'll be here all night. He'll be here all night. Okay, my name is Kiss Sims, address 6631 Palmetto Circle. I'm a representative for the YMCA. I'm a mom of Adrian here, and he's been going to Patch Reef for the last 2 years. Like Javier said, he absolutely loves it. When I go pick him up, he doesn't want to go home. He's like running out the car in the morning. I'm originally from New York, so a lot of our family are up north. And Brian and everyone had just become family at this point. Like he just loves it. And hopefully we'll get there early in the morning. I mean, it's packed. They do a lot of activities. Excuse me, a little nervous. Every week you guys go to a new trip.
Yes.
I mean, they've been everywhere. The museum, the movies, every week they also do the splash pad. He calls it the pirate park at the Patch Reef. He loves it, the splash pad. They go to the pool. They do, I mean, just a lot of activities they do. So we're grateful for you guys and you guys just keep up the great work. he's loving, he's thriving. He's a hyperactive kid, so he needs constant stimulation, and they definitely deliver on that. So we just definitely do appreciate you guys, and it's just an awesome park. It's just an awesome camp. It's just amazing. So thank you guys so much for allowing them to do it, to give, it's definitely a lot of help, especially for a mom like myself. I can't keep up clearly. So they are definitely doing a great job there. They really are. But thank you, and thank you for having us.
Thank you.
You ready? I'm gonna get his little antsy self out of here. You ready?
You did a good job sitting through that boring stuff.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Okay. One more.
Hello, my name is Michael Shkolnik. I live at 9537 Tavernier Drive, also in West Boca. It's kind of hard to make a statement now because all the talking points have been taken. Javier did a really wonderful job summarizing everything. But yeah, it's a wonderful facility. I have 4 kids. 2 of them have started attending Patch Reef last year. This year, hopefully with the renewal, three will be attending, and eventually 4 when they're old enough. It really is a wonderful place. It brings the best out in kids. All of the counselors that work there, a lot of them are teenagers. You can actually see that it's not only a great place for like our kids, little kids, but for the people who get a summer job there. You can tell that they really enjoy it, that it brings out the best in them. And I share the same experience. My kids are also running to get there in the morning. They don't want to leave early. There wasn't a day when they asked to stay home or to get picked up early. They want to stay there until the last possible minute. There are a lot of activities there. It's a lot of fun. They come home tired. I was actually speaking to Beth at the end of the camp, where we're saying how wonderful it would be if there was such a camp for the entire school year instead of traditional public education. And the kids, simple side is the same. It's just such a wonderful experience. I want to emphasize that I think the other 2 parents didn't discuss too much. The location is very convenient for people living out in the West because the YMCA location is technically like central to East Boca. It's right by I-95. For those of us who live out in the West, it's a bit of a drive to get there. Plus, spacing is extremely limited, as people have mentioned. Whereas this Patch Reef, it definitely creates additional spaces that otherwise wouldn't be available. And it does fill up really, really quickly, which speaks volumes about the program there. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to add. Everything's kind of been already summarized, but it's a really great place. It's a really great program. YMCA does a terrific job there. The price is a huge one. It's a very competitive price compared to some other daycares. Speaking for myself, I can't imagine sending 3 kids elsewhere without taking out a home equity loan or something for the summer. This place makes it definitely more affordable without sacrificing anything that other camps provide by any means. So I really hope that you guys do extend their contract by at least a year and hopefully more. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you.
So I figured it would be better for me to show you the gratitude and the experiences by bringing in some of the current participants. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for considering renewing our agreement. The Patch Reef Park, James A. Rutherford Center actually has become part of our strategic plan as we're looking at the next 3 years to see how we're going to do with program within the YMCA and with outside of the Y and in the community. So again, I want to thank you guys for giving us the opportunity, and we hope that we at least get 1 more year, if not more, to serve the community members like we have been. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, I'd like to move to renew the agreement for 1 more year.
Till October of 2025.
Yes.
Okay.
I just want to clarify, are we saying in addition to summer camp, or are we saying just for the summer camp this year? Do you want to have other programming in there at the time, or do you want to let the city book it for meeting spaces in between until they have it for summer camp? How do you want to?
How is it run now? I mean,
They have 2 programs running now. They have the tabletop tennis and the Top Chef program.
Yeah.
And then they'll do the summer camp this summer.
what do you recommend?
I'm good with whatever we want to do. I just want to be cautious about expanding their programming there. And then they would be moving out at the end of October. I guess they probably wouldn't have programming during the summer anyway, so.
They, no, so,
Because they have camp, they wouldn't have additional programming. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Right,
okay.
it would just be camp.
Yeah.
yeah.
With regard to what the city would like to do, booking space, can they coordinate that?
We can coordinate around that schedule
Yeah,
if they want
so-
to keep.
If the city can use it and the Y can use it over the next year, I think we should be okay.
So I'll bring an amendment back to have this run through the summer camp season this year. We'll
Right.
bring an amendment back to the next meeting. And I'm sure Jacob has all this written down to incorporate into that amendment or a new agreement. So we'll bring that at the
Yeah.
next meeting.
Should I withdraw
Yeah.
the motion?
No,
Okay.
no. So I guess that for me, what would be most helpful is Brian mentioned a 3-year plan. You've been in the space for how long? 3 years?
2022. March
long?
of 2022. So it's been 2.5 years.
So 2.5 years. I would really like to see, what can we do? What's the city, they need to give us a proposal to say, what are we gonna do? What is it gonna be looking like and how is it gonna serve the community? Same with the Y. I don't think the Y is giving us any funds for it or anything, and we're not necessarily looking for that, but our goal is to make sure that community center is well utilized, and if it's kind of dead and dormant before that. So how we maximize the usage of it, to me, is important, or do something different with it.
Well, and I think it's really interesting that the city wants to kind of focus on the special needs part of the programming, especially with the playground that we're building.
Yep.
That would coincide with that. So I think it would be really important to get the information from them on what they want to do. And I think we might be servicing more of our constituents through the city programming versus the Y. Because there's a lot of people who go to the Y and use their programs who do not live in the district and the city. So we have to look at that as well.
I agree,
As
just
an
more
important
information.
point,
So
you
so
know what I
get
mean?
more information is what we
Right.
need, yeah.
Go ahead, Bob.
Madam Chair, what I'm hearing and what I recommend is that we at least offer an extension through October 1, and then hear what both the city and the YMCA has to offer. I'd like the fact that we're building that all-inclusive playground, and if the city has programming that can facilitate the usage of that, I'd be inclined to support the city's remaking of the community center. But like Craig said, I think we need to hear from the city specifically what they think they can do, and then maybe give the YMCA an opportunity. But in the meantime, say we're good through this summer through October 1 of 2025, and we'll have to take it from there to see if there's any other if there's any favor toward us continuing beyond that date.
If the city does take it back, I'd want to give them time to move into this, like before October 1. If they want to start program in October, I'd want them to move in after summer camp finishes at the start of August, so they have time to refresh the facility. Is that doable for
I'm
everybody?
good. I'm good with that.
Are they, just out of curiosity, are they mutually exclusive? I mean, or are they, that they have to, it's either the Y or the city, or could it be a combination?
I think if the city wants to run a special needs program, we'd want it to be geared towards that and have that safe space for those people to come to their programs.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that we've had good success with the city on their programming. They provide, skilled counselors that are trained to especially with the special needs. That requires a special, probably a special certification to understand the needs of the folks that have those physical and other disabilities to live with. And so I'm good with carrying it through the summer, given the city an opportunity to demonstrate to us what their programming elements would be like, because I would like to see the city back in there running the facility. Not that the Y hasn't done a great job for the community. I think the city's always been a good partner for us in our recreational activities at Sugar Sand and at Patch Reef. I had some wonderful times over there back when I was coaching and taking Taekwondo from, with my daughter. That was, and the city ran that program flawlessly, and that was just one of the several that I enjoyed participating in.
Okay, any other comments? Steve?
At the risk of sounding redundant, special needs is something that's near and dear to me because I feel our special needs community is underserved. And we're definitely going in the right direction with the renovation of the park at Patch Reef. But I think that if we had that extra piece, it might be to the benefit of people, of families that are not benefiting right now. Again, Brian, you guys have done a great job with the summer camp. And I'm sure at some point, we'll continue to be working together one way or another. But I'd be interested in seeing what the city had to offer and what you guys had to offer, and then make a decision based on that rather than change things in midstream. So I'm fine with renewing the contract for another year.
Okay. Do we need a motion?
No, if there's, yeah, well, with the board's direction, we'll take this as consensus to work on an amendment to the agreement. We'll bring back in your next meeting for you to consider formally.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, what I'd recommend that you know, it's not what I'd consider finalized, that we're going to extend it for a year. And if you're going to bring back a contract, I'd want to have an alternative to have it expire, renew it for the summer camp, after which we have the city take it over after we've listened to what they had to say. If their approach is you know, one that we like better than the YMCA.
We can include the appropriate language, Commissioner.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So that's the end of regular business. Approval of payroll and invoices.
Yes, Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion for approval of payroll and invoices in the amount of $432,764.66.
Second,
Okay, go ahead.
Commissioner Ernst,
Yes.
Commissioner Engel,
Lights are out.
yes.
Commissioner Rollins,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogelsang,
Yes.
Commissioner Wright.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, moving on to reports and discussion items. Executive Director.
Commissioners, the shower repairs here at the Swim and Racket Center, both facilities are all complete. As of today was the final inspection. So the total for these 4 locker rooms to repair the construction defects was $147,486, just as a, so we know that it's done and we have no more water in the walls. The Patch Reef Park Playground is underway. I stopped by on Saturday and peeked through the construction fencing, and the playground has been completely demoed, so they're moving right along with that. The bids for the pool resurfacing are due December 6th, so we'll have that hopefully by the second meeting in December. Column repairs at Sugar Sand Park are underway. I sent out an update on that last week. And then I just want to wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving.
Okay, Council.
Just very quickly, Madam Chair, Commission, thank you. At last meeting, Sam had indicated that we had made through our special counsel a counteroffer to JJ Morley. I had a conversation with Hampton Johnson at Johnson and Selma Law Firm this afternoon. They're still waiting for a response from Mr. Morley and his team, whether they were optimistic. As soon as we have something definitive, we will report back further. Just want to give you a quick update. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Okay, Bob, you want to go first?
Sure. I apologize for not being there in person, but I was in bed the entire weekend with this horrible cold. And the last thing I want to do is sit between Susie and Craig and have them come down with the same cold that I've been dealing with. I'm on the tail end of it, but possibly still infectious. So I wish I was there in person, but I'm thankful for the remote usage of to attend the meeting. And next time I will be there in person, I trust, and be fully healthy and ready to participate.
Okay, and even when feeling bad, you still get dressed up in a collared shirt. Amazing.
Well, I had to isolate today in the office. I did have an appointment at noon today with a client, and I had to send an understudy to take care of the details for me. So, but after 2 days in the house, I don't know whether my wife wanted me out or whether I needed to get out any more than she wanted me out. I'm
Gotcha.
just teasing. My wife originally brought the flu in with her when she came in from a church meeting, and I knew it was only a matter of time before I picked up the virus. So I'm on the mend, but certainly it was an unexpected turn of events to have that flu bug or whatever it was that happened.
Okay, we'll feel better. We'll see you
Thank
next time.
Thank you. We'll see you next
Steve.
time.
You're up.
Bob, get well
Yes.
soon. I got cake.
Oh, see, I'm so sorry. I forgot that was.
That's all right.
Yeah, but thank you for your unanimity on that one motion. That was nice of you. Did you get your cake, you said?
Yeah, Susie. Thanks, Susie, you stepped up.
Thank you, Susie. I can always count on Susie to come through with that.
Yes, and she did.
Good.
Feel better,
Thank you.
and I look forward to seeing you at the next meeting.
Same here, my friend.
And that's all I got.
Okay.
Nope. Best wishes to Bob, and that's all I got.
Feel better, Bob. That chair is just too empty without you. And
you.
I want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, a blessed Thanksgiving. I do have a question for Chuck. Are we on Instagram? We are. Okay. That was my only question. Thank you.
Okay. I just have one comment. I know I asked about the pickleball at Patrice on Sundays going, all 12 courts going open play. And I was wondering if the city would look into Wednesday night as well, only because it is absolutely miserable. Like, it's, you go play open play and you have to wait like 45 minutes for a game, and it just goes so much faster when there's 12 courts open play versus
I think
6.
that's a good idea.
And at least during the winter time, because people can book courts all those other days and all those other times.
Okay.
But open play is only Wednesday nights, Friday nights, and Sunday mornings. And the rack has been completely full, plus 5 or 6 sets of paddles on the floor below that
At Patrice?
at Patrice.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
it's been
Awesome.
absolutely packed.
Okay.
So if it's an option for the city to do that, it would be much more pleasant. Especially it just causes fights because people don't know where to put their paddles, and there's all kinds of stuff that happens.
Don't they have those paddle racks?
Well, there is, but there's one paddle rack for one side. So when that fills up, you have to put your paddles on the floor. And then people are confused where the paddles go from there once it's confusing for a lot of people.
Okay.
So once the paddles go on the floor, they have to go into the racking system once the rack clears up. But it is very confusing for people, and everybody seems to just stand around the rack
Nice.
and argue what paddles go where and who's up and all kinds of stuff.
We just need another
so-
rack then, right?
A bottom rack?
Yes.
Right, but there's a paddle rack on the other side. So if you opened up to all 12 courts, then there would be plenty of space for the paddles that are lined up underneath, right? So if it's an option for the city, I'd love for them to look into it, and see.
Okay.
And that was it.
Future agenda or anything like that?
Oh, we're doing that still? We have, we're gonna have a lighting proposal for the ballpark stuff, at the next meeting, and a number of other things. I don't have it in front of me, but we have a lot still going on this year, so we'll stay busy. No rest for the weary this holiday season.
Happy Thanksgiving and move to adjourn.
Second.
Commissioner Ernst,
Yes.
Commissioner Engel,
Yes.
Commissioner Rollins,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogelsang,
Yes.
Commissioner Wright,
Yes,
motion passed.
we are adjusted.
Before you leave, everybody's got to have a cupcake.